First of all, I'd like to welcome you to my free workshop, and thank you for taking the time out to listen to it. Well, before I dive into the content and tell you how I can help you, let me introduce myself. My name's Kate Eaton, and I'm a nutrition and lifestyle coach with over 16 years experience specialising in immune and inflammatory health conditions. I also work very closely with a doctor of nutritional science who has written a number of peer-reviewed papers on inflammation and inflammatory conditions. The principles I teach and follow has allowed me to fully recover from the advanced stages of Crohn's disease without the assistance of medication, and additionally made it possible for my mum to dramatically extend her life expectancy whilst battling two very unpredictable forms of cancer and defying the odds for over 14 years. So how am I able to help you? Well, being an entrepreneur means we literally eat, sleep and breathe our business. But what if we got seriously ill? How would that realistically affect the day-to-day running of the business? Now let's say you have that stubborn determination to not let anything beat you. And I have to say that's a quality I love to see in people because it's that fighting spirit that will push you to find a solution to any problem. But seriously, we all know what it's like to wake up in the morning feeling under the weather, and it always seems to happen when we have the busiest day ahead of us. First of all, there's no chance of us working to our full potential. And secondly, it's not very professional sitting in an important meeting or on a call with a client or a potential supplier, and we are sniffling and sneezing away. So just imagine how many opportunities and income streams you'll potentially miss out on if illness literally monopolised your life. And that's a very real situation I found myself in 7 years ago. Being in the profession I'm in is kind of an occupational hazard, but I see so many entrepreneurs putting their health at the bottom of their list of priorities without even realising they are doing it. Yet the truth is, your health needs to be your number one priority, along with paying your monthly bills. That's how important it is. You see, good health is essential if you value having bags of energy and being 100% focused on your business. But good health, like anything we value in life, must be worked at daily. And as entrepreneurs, as an entrepreneur for many years myself, I know all too well how challenging it can be to find time for yourself. If you're not consumed in the daily hustle of business, you're desperately trying to juggle time with friends and family who often feel they're at the bottom of the pecking order. And that's something we can begin to feel incredibly guilty about, particularly if you're a parent like myself. This is where I would like to offer you some guidance and share with you some tips to improving your energy levels whilst future-proofing your health and your business. So tip number one would have to be ditch the caffeine pick-me-up. Now I know this may seem a bit of a challenge, particularly if you're in and out of meetings all day, because let's be honest, how many people offer you a healthy juice or smoothie or a herbal tea over a business meeting? But I can't encourage you enough. Ask for a glass of tap water instead if you really, really have to. Seriously, coffee has so many devastating consequences to our health. And if boosting your energy levels in order to make it through the day is something that is important to you, then coffee is not the way to go about it. You see, although coffee does give you that instant pick-me-up, it is a short-term solution. And it gives you that instant pick-me-up by raising your natural stress hormone, which is cortisol, and this triggers your natural fight or flight response within the body. And it's that which gives you that short-term lift in energy. Now, this having a consistently raised cortisol level seriously does damage your long-term health and weaken the immune system because it contributes to oxidative stress. You've heard the term stress is the biggest killer. Well, you don't just have to be mentally stressed to cause physical stress on the body. If you're engaging in activities like caffeine on a regular basis throughout the day and constantly spiking those cortisol levels and triggering, you're constantly in flight or flight response, then cell damage is going to be inevitable. Um, but let's just look at this from an energy perspective. Um, Coffee actually wipes out a very important vitamin called B1, which is essential for brain function and energy production. So with B vitamins being so very difficult to manage at the best of times, the last thing you want to do is engage in an activity that is going to wipe out those levels even further, because that's going to impact your clarity at work, and when you're working on the business. And it's also going to impact on your energy levels, your natural energy levels. So as I say, coffee artificially spikes those energy levels, causes oxidative stress, so damages the immune system, and in the process also hinders your body from naturally producing its own energy. So that's, you know, reason enough to avoid the caffeine as much as you possibly can. So tip number 2. Now, as tempting as it is to indulge in a glass of wine or two after a long day at the office in order to unwind, this is going to have a massive impact on your health. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard of all the warning signs around alcohol consumption from the health authorities, and I know some people are thinking it's a little bit of scare tactics. But the truth is, these are very, very genuine concerns. You see, alcohol, like caffeine, also wipes out B1 in the body. So if you're ever wondering what causes that hangover feeling, it's as a result of dehydration, obviously, and the lack of and wiping out of B1 in the body. So that's what's causing that muggy head, that fuzzy feeling that you get the next day. But more importantly, alcohol seriously damages the cells in the gut. And with 70% of our immune system ex- existing in the gut, we really need to protect those cells with our life. So alcohol is one of the biggest contributors to cell damage in the gut, and weakening the immune system. Tip number 3, plan your meals out for the week ahead. Again, this needs to be approached like we would plan out our diary within the business, because let's be honest, winging it usually ends badly. Well, this is exactly what happens at meal times when we don't plan and prepare. We end up choosing the easiest option available and cutting corners. Now, I'd love to tell you achieving optimum health was as simple as eating super healthily, having a juice or smoothie a day, or even ditching the coffee and the alcohol. But sadly, the problem runs a lot deeper than this. You see, good health really is a big, big jigsaw puzzle. And as entrepreneurs, we all know knowledge is power. And your business and your career depends on your health to succeed. Which is why my final tip is educate yourself on what adjustments you could make to diet and lifestyle that may be contributing to the deterioration in your health and compromising everything that you're working for. You see, the knowledge I have to share with you has literally changed my life, and I know it can have a positive impact on your life too.
So, to find out how I can help you and your business moving forward, I'd like to invite you to book a call with me so that we can have a chat and see um, what needs addressing and how I can help you. Um, so just to do that, all you need to do is either drop me a message via Facebook Messenger or on LinkedIn, or go to my website and book a call directly on there on the online calendar. And I genuinely look forward to speaking to you soon.